It appears that the customs and immigration trade dispute may be a step closer to resolution. Both sides appeared before the Industrial Tribunal for just over an hour today, using the time to try and come to an agreement on the matter moving forward. The legal action comes on the heels of weeks of industrial action by customs and immigration officers in April. Fern Carey tells us what transpired today.
To avoid wasting time, the court informed both sides that the new government may change the complexion of the case for the Bahamas Customs Immigration and Allied Workers Union. The tribunal also feels it may be best to adjourn the matter to allow Crown Counsel David Higgins to get new instructions from the incoming Attorney General. But before this could happen, the union's attorney, Obi Ferguson, said he would need a compensation study from the Crown. The study reportedly determines how much customs and immigration officers receive for overtime and other issues. Another item in dispute is the shift system in place for customs and immigration officers. According to Ferguson, under the industrial agreement, they are required to work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. 5 days a week with 2 days off, but that is not happening. This prompted Higgins to inform the court that workers were paid $1,500, inclusive of outstanding grants and compensation, before May 7th. But Ferguson noted that the union never agreed for customs and immigration officers to receive a partial payment of the monies owed. After hearing from both sides, the court advised him to work it out. Outside of court, Ferguson had this to say.
There was some information that we needed in order to resolve it. And the parties have agreed, meaning the employer, have agreed to disclose those documents. We expect them on a timely basis, after which we will meet with the union.
Meantime, the delay in resolving the matter is not sitting well with union trustee Alma Williams. The last time the union appeared before the tribunal, the matter was adjourned to this Thursday without the court handing down a ruling.
We're back almost to square one again. But we don't understand how we get back to square one, but we wait for the new government to see what their position will be. And we will have a meeting with the members.
Fern Carey, ZNS News.
Today is the 32nd anniversary of the HMBS Flamingo tragedy. It was on this date back in 1980 that 4 men lost their lives while on the seas near Ragged Island. They were defending the country's maritime interests when they were attacked by Cuban fighter jets. The boat sank and 4 of the men, Defense Force officers, all lost their lives. This story has become a vital part of the history of the Defense Force and by and large the Bahamas as a sovereign nation. Our Clint Watson was there as a memorial was held at the Defense Force base.
It's a solemn tribute that has spanned more than 3 decades. May 10, 1980, 4 officers of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Able Seaman Fenric Stirrup and Marine Seamen Edward Williams, Austin Smith, and David Tucker died during the sinking of the HMBS Flamingo when the boat was attacked by Cuban fighter jets. During the annual memorial service and wreath-laying ceremony, Defense Force Commodore Roderick Bowe paid tribute to the national heroes.
Today also serves as a reminder to those of us who wear this uniform that it requires the highest degree of personal commitment and sacrifice. We salute the brave men and women who left HMBS Coral Harbor on that ill-fated day and never returned. But we must also pay tribute to those who are still with us today.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Carl Smith, says these men represent the tenets of commitment, courage, and character.
These Bahamian heroes, in their commitment to guard our heritage, embraced with pride the challenges as patriotic pacesetters. Their devotion to duty demonstrated the gallantry that is indicative of a higher call to service which members of the Defense Force pledged in duty to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. These heroes are outstanding examples of courage under fire.
Year after year around this time, fresh wreaths are laid in this memorial park. It's a symbolic reminder of the 4 men that lost their lives. But for the one man who still serves in the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, Whitfield Neely, who was also a part of that team, it appears as though every year the memory's fading.
It is painstaking for me also because I think the country is forgetting the members of the Flamingo. And those 4 members, in my mind, still live on. They have made the ultimate sacrifice, and we continually call for heroes in the country.
Clint Watson, ZNS News.
Well, here's a success story of a young, talented Bahamian who capitalized on an opportunity several years ago, becoming the country's first BTC star maker back in 2010. Today, he's headed to becoming one of the most outstanding upcoming gospel artists, male vocalist, and tomorrow night he'll launch his first album.
This is my time to receive everything that God has already given me, everything that God has already promised me. Sometimes we allow our situations and our shortcomings to hold us back and keep us back from our potential and our purpose. But this is saying, God, I'm ready to walk into what you've called me to be and to receive in what you've already given me.
Hello everyone, it's Kiara Sheard and I'm so excited about May 11th at Potential Church at 7 p.m. I'll be there with you to celebrate Mr. Jonathan Farrington's release concert. Please come out, bring someone with you, and let's just all expect to have a high time in the Lord. God bless you.
Will be held at Potential Church on John F. Kennedy Drive beginning at 7 p.m. this Friday. Farrington says you can expect a spectacular show.
You're having your album release concert on tomorrow night. You're celebrating with one of the biggest upcoming young recording gospel artists from the States, Kiara Kiki Sheard. How was that able to happen, that connection?
Wow, that was a God connection. Kiara Sheard is a wonderful youth artist in the United States of America, and she has a strong passion for ministry and music. And I realized that this is a time where God is taking my music international. People can expect an atmosphere that is fully charged with worship, that is fully charged with deliverance, breakthrough. I believe that God is going to just be in that place so strong.
Well, don't plan to use your cellular phone tonight between the hours of 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. tomorrow. BTC says it'll be taking down the cell service to perform upgrades on the system. BTC cell users will not be able to text, make calls, or surf the internet. This will only affect cell phone users on New Providence and Andros.
Commonwealth Bank enters the prepaid and gift card market with the introduction of its highly anticipated Master Prepaid and gift cards. Touted as convenience and gift-giving mastered, the latest offerings in the bank's suite of bank card products are expected to appeal to a broad base of consumers seeking a smart alternative to cash and the traditional credit card, but with equal buying power, flexibility, convenience, and secure access to funds. The prepaid card and gift cards are now available for a minimum purchase of $20 at all of Commonwealth Bank's New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Abaco locations. The Nassau Airport Development Company announced the appointment of Chris Ryan as its new Vice President of Finance and Chief Financial Officer. Last month, the Airport Management Company signed a $225 million agreement, bringing the final round of funding to a close for the $409.5 million airport redevelopment project at Lynden Pinley International Airport. Ryan worked within the Vantage Airport Group network of airports, the parent company of NAD. In international business, the month of April raising fears about a sharp slowdown in China's economy and triggering calls for monetary policy easing. Exports rose by 4.9%, down from the 8.9% seen in the previous. And from regional business, the Bank of BUTTERFIELD, Barbados has reached an agreement to sell a Barbados subsidiary to Trinidad and Tobago-based First Citizens Bank for $45 million. The Butterfield Bank Limited sale is pending regulatory approval, and the sale is expected to be completed during the third quarter of 2012. Remember, you can send us an email or join us on www.znsbahamas.com or become our friend on ZNS's official Facebook page.
Time for today's Doctor's Hospital health tip. Quick, watch your blood pressure. If you don't know, you should. May is National High Blood Pressure Education Month, a perfect time to have your blood pressure checked. About 1 in every 4 adults suffers from high blood pressure. The good news is that high blood pressure can be treated and controlled. A healthy eating plan with balance, variety, and moderation is a step in the right direction to help you reduce your risk of high blood pressure. Eat 8 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. Consume 3 servings of low-fat dairy products. Choose nuts, beans, or seeds for protein 2 to 3 times a week. Limit animal protein intake to 5 to 7 ounces per day and choose only lean cuts. Use olive or canola oils for cooking and seasoning. A nutrient-rich eating plan is a good idea whether or not you have high blood pressure. In May or any time of the year, consult your doctor or a dietitian for more information on high blood pressure.